All right, guys. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I close a $2,000 deal in a live social media marketing agency call. So if you guys appreciate this call that I'm about to drop for you guys, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. As you can see here, I am inside my Stripe account. Don't want to show the full amount of how much was made total. If you want to see that, I was planning on making that in a separate new video. So make sure you're tuned in. But as you can see, volume came in today, $2,000 today. A couple other payments that are coming through, but let's jump into the live sales call. All right, so we have another live sales call today. Hopefully, we can close this one. It is with a looks like a criminal defense lawyer, which is an ideal client for our agency. So let's see how it goes. All right, guys. So if you guys enjoyed this content, you guys want me to make more of these live sales call videos, drop a comment section below. Let me know you love it. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. So let's go ahead and give Kevin a call. Let me just pull up his information and make sure I have everything that I need. Let me just take a look. Okay, there we go. We have his website and so forth. All right, Kevin, let's give Kevin a call.
Hey, this is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, this is Jordan. How are you doing?
Jordan, I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, ready for the weekend. So excited that it's Friday today.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully, I'm your last appointment unless you're working later.
Nope, you are my last appointment today. So I'm excited. And so yeah, where are you calling from today?
Yeah. So, where am I currently, or where's my office?
Both, I guess. Are you on vacation?
So, no, I'm not on vacay. I'm actually into Marina Del Rey.
Oh, okay.
I have a I had just I have a friend he's a neurosurgeon. I've had some like neck pain for some time, so he ordered some X-rays for me, and he just wanted me to see him. So I'm down in beautiful Marina Del Rey, but my office is in the city of San Fernando, to the North Valley. I don't know if
Yeah.
are you familiar with LA?
Yeah, I do. We have a few clients out in LA. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar. I'm here in Orange County, California, so I'm not too
Oh,
far from you.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I went to UC Irvine and for my undergrad, so I lived in OC for a while and loved it. And I said I would always move back, and here I am with basically three kids, and I'm still in LA. So maybe I'll make my way to OC.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, OC's not too bad, but awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to have you on
So
this call. Huh?
yeah. No, I don't know if you have a certain platform, but I wanted to maybe tell you what my situation is.
Yeah, let's do it. What made you want to schedule a call with me today?
So I saw your video yesterday on YouTube. It
Okay.
was about criminal lawyers. I don't know. I think it was like Google Ads for criminal lawyers or something.
Yes.
And then I wrote a post or comment, and I was like, "Hey, how do I reach out to you?" And then I was like, "That's stupid." Then I found your website, and I just hit contact you for an appointment, and then I deleted the comment so it wouldn't be like annoying. So tell you something about myself. I I started my business almost 10 years ago. I only do criminal defense. I started it literally with jack shit with like 500 bucks. Like literally I had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm largely self-taught. I never worked for like a big firm. I never had daddy's income. I didn't have like anybody to support me. But through hard work and years and years of just going through court appearances, and eventually I started building my practice. And I was doing pretty well every year. Um, I've been doing better and better. And unfortunately, I will say the last maybe 6 months to year, things have kind of stalled. And actually, the last 2, 3 months have been the worst in my 10 years of business. And so I worked with some marketing companies that were like, quote, bigger names. And unfortunately, just they never delivered for me. And I'm not sure, because I kind of read your bio, like you kind of like are self-taught in your own room. I think you like figured out how to do Google Ads, right?
We have
like
similar
that.
stories, yeah.
So I work with a company called Scorpion Marketing.
Yep, very aware.
They like really fucked me, and I know they fucked me because they charge an arm and a leg to use a template and do literally nothing and just charge you for everything. And the sad part is like they were trying to get me for years, sending me biscuits, cookies, and then finally I was like, yeah, I have enough money to get Scorpion, and then I literally got like stung by Scorpion.
Literally.
So I'm finally done with them, and then before them, I had worked with another company called Speak Easy Marketing. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's this guy from New York, apparently. He claims his name is Richard Jacobs. They kind of go, I'm not sure if it was the Times or what. Their focus was more on long tail keywords, like answering questions that people are looking for, as opposed to like different. That was like what their thing was.
Gotcha.
Kind of, we're kind of didn't.
Okay.
So, here I am, like, I have some marketing going, but I'm in a position where, like, I'm kind of stressed out because I feel like I have a ton of amazing reviews, but we're in LA, and LA is, like, really saturated. I think you're probably aware.
Mm-hmm.
I have 125 reviews on Google. I'm on Yelp. I'm on, like, all of our online is like fantastic, but like recently we went from getting a lot of calls to almost like getting very few calls.
Gotcha.
And so that's where I'm like, I gotta kind of talk to Jordan, and I watched your whole video, it was like an hour, about like what I kind of liked about it was how many things you were saying about like deleting negative keywords, or like putting something about like omitting the crappy stuff, you know?
Yeah.
The stuff that like doesn't apply to your business.
Negative keywords, yep.
Yeah, and like a huge database, and just like really focusing, and like I'm also wedged between two other attorneys that have more reviews. They're like also 20 years older than I am. I'm 35. They're like older. But I don't know, man. Hopefully you can help, because I got 2 full-time employees and I want to keep them. But the way it's going, I would hate to like cut their hours or lay them off.
Gotcha.
You got to get some business going, and kind of fast.
Okay. I hear you, Kevin. So we've had clients that work with Scorpion. Obviously, they are a big company and they work with a ton of lawyers. And the disadvantage of working with them, especially if they're in charge of your marketing, such as like your paid ads, especially paid ads like Google ads, then you are going to look just like everybody else that is their clients. Because we had a client out in Arizona who is still a client of ours today, very competitive space as well. Phoenix, Arizona. He worked with
Phoenix was really competitive.
Yeah, it's actually the cost over there is actually higher than here in Los Angeles.
DUIs especially.
Yeah, so they work with Scorpion, and I was looking at their ad, and their landing page, their ad copy, it looked like 4 of the other ads that Scorpion was also managing, and so that is the reason why they got away from that. Just because it's a little bit of a conflict of interest when you're not able to stand out from your competitors, right? All the ads look the same, landing page look the same, and there's nothing personalized about it. And so since, I mean, I don't know, as Jeremy Huss, I mean, his testimonial is on my landing page, and he basically went from one office to multiple offices throughout the state of Arizona. ever since working with us. So, he's in a very competitive space in Phoenix, Arizona. We also have clients here in Southern California. We have one in Los Angeles. He targets the Hispanic market. So that doesn't really, that's not going to, assuming that you're targeting English speakers, there's not going to be conflict of interest there. We also have a criminal defense and DUI lawyer here in client here in Orange County. He's been with us for years as well. So we do have a lot of experience and data on what works and what doesn't work when it comes to this. Now, when it comes to going back to what you were telling me, where you went from a lot of calls to basically no calls now, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Are you currently running Google Ads right now?
So I'm not currently. I I kind of went through like a few different things. I went through this one really shady guy called like My DUI Solutions or something.
Okay.
Um, and he was running Google Ads. Like it wasn't producing. This was like a year ago.
Okay.
And then I tried some LSAs on my own, which was also stupid. And I was literally getting charged like, I kid you not, Jordan, every call to be like, hey, I just want to know like what advice you can give me. And then all of a sudden, boom, I saw a bill from Amex like $433 for that stupid 10-second call. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not going to survive like that.
Yeah. So with LSA ads, you can actually mark it as if they're qualified or not qualified, right? So Google will only charge you for the qualified call. So you can actually go into your portal and mark it as not qualified, and you should not be charged for that.
Well, brother, I paused it because I was like,
yeah. Yeah.
So I have like this is what I currently have. So one of my best friends, he he does like marketing for like a lot of these big kind of like Uline and big like wholesale companies that sell like office goods and stuff. But he's been looking and helping me on the side just to make sure that we're not screwed. I used to pay three to $3,500 a month in mailers, like direct mailers.
Okay.
But what I started to do about a few months ago is I started using a company called CallRail, like call tracking.
Yep.
And so my buddy, he's like, dude, you need to track. Like, he's told me this for years. And I was just like, I don't know. I was always using the same number. So I put a number on my mailers. I put a different number on my website, different number on this, that, wherever, right? Turns out I wasn't getting shit. My return was like jack shit on the mailers.
Yeah.
3,000, 3,500 a month. So I stopped those like 3 days ago. And then Yelp, I was putting another 1,000 into Yelp, even though I was getting a lot of stupid messages. Yelp, what I despise, when you message one person, there's a box that you click and it messages like 20 other businesses at the same time. So literally, even if you respond in 10 seconds, like I'm like a freak to respond, a lot of people don't even respond to you because there's 20 other firms that are
yeah. It's basically shared leads. Yep.
And then the last thing, and I don't mean to chew your head off, it's just I've been frustrated by because I'm not stupid. I built this from scratch. I didn't like inherit the business.
Yeah.
But like a lot of these top three, I think they're the LSAs. When you click on where the guy is, like it'll say like serve Sanford, like criminal lawyer San Fernando. And then it's like really only 2 offices, 3 of us max. And you click on the guy who's there on the LSA, and he's like in like freaking Westminster, OC.
Yeah.
Or like Irvine or San Bernardino. And I just don't know what to do anymore because I feel like that local touch is being lost and getting eaten alive by the same people, and they're getting the calls and we're just not getting the calls is my theory behind it.
Got it. Okay.
So I don't know what to do, man. I'm stressed out. I got I'm the only breadwinner in my family. I got 3 little kids. My wife's pregnant with a third, and
Nice.
we've done amazing work for a long time, and I almost feel like what happens,
Gotcha. Kevin, so let me ask you, what type of cases are you looking for? Are you looking for criminal cases or specifically just DUI cases or both?
So when I look at my revenue, 80% of our revenue the last 4 years has come from criminal cases.
Okay.
The reason is we're able to charge a little more, and we're very reasonable. We're not like thieves at all, but we charge a little more on our felonies and criminal misdemeanors. DUI, it's really saturated, and every Tom, Dick, and Jane in LA, family lawyer, wills, trust lawyer, thinks they can just take it. So even though we have a lot of DUIs, it's honestly, I think 1/3 of my current cases are DUI, but it's only 20% of my revenue, and the rest comes from normally, the more hardcore, like robbery, sex cases, domestic violence, burglary. I don't really want to do too much murder cases because I don't know. Most people can't afford it, and it's just too much on the line.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. All right. So Kevin, based off of what you're telling me, this is definitely something that we do and we can help you out with. I will be able to tell you the numbers in a little bit right here. But basically the game plan for you is to build a criminal defense campaign targeting, criminal defense keywords. We do use CallRail as well, so that will be implemented for you. So you'll be able to log into the CallRail portal and track all the leads that we generate for you. You'll be able to listen on recording, so all leads. You're not gonna have to wonder if Jordan's doing his job and if we're generating leads. So you're gonna be able to see that. You'll be able to obviously log into your ad account.
It links to my current CallRail, or it just becomes a separate CallRail?
It will probably be a separate CallRail because we create it for you. We create it for you, and then we give you access. So it might be the same logins for you. I'm not too sure, but regardless, you'll be able to log in there. The other thing here is, you have a pretty simple campaign. Honestly, I'm looking at your website. It's a simple criminal defense campaign. As far as numbers,
just started that. I just redesigned this website like a month ago. And I don't know if this is hurting us or not. I've redesigned it's the same URL, but I've redesigned the website. Similar content, but like probably about 4 or 5 times, because every time I get a new marketing company, Scorpion, Speaking, like they all want to make me a new website.
Gotcha.
So I'm not sure if that's negatively affecting us too, Jordan, but it's only like a month old, this new one.
So we take care of everything in the back end for you. We already have data on what works and what doesn't. Basically, we would just plug in our system and you'll see results within that first week of the campaign going live. As far as your website, you can leave it as is. We need to touch your website or anything like that. We build everything in the back end for you. As far as we'll jump into the numbers now just so you can kind of get a feel. Basically, for cost per lead in the LA market for criminal defense, I want to say it's anywhere between $100 to $150 per lead. Now, a lead is considered someone who has either called into your office, or submitted the information via a lead form, and that will get emailed to your intake team for you to follow up on. So $100 to $150 is where we're looking at. Our client here in Los Angeles who targets the Hispanic market, it's his cost per lead is around $90. So that's the Hispanic market. Obviously, English speakers might cost a little bit more. So that is the number for you. It's going to be around $100 to $150.
I tried a Spanish thing. There was a company called Abogados Now. I don't know if you ever heard of them. I worked with them for about 6 months. They were only focusing on Spanish market, because in the Valley, it's a lot of, native Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, and then on my Instagram and social media, everything was Spanish. But unfortunately, it ended up not being productive. Like, I don't know, we didn't do Google ads, but just targeting Spanish media. And then the second thing is something that you mentioned for me that's really important is like, that if we do work together, that we're, that you're not working with some other guy, because I think you mentioned how it's important for you guys not to cannibalize your own client successes, like with a competitor nearby.
Yeah, we would be hurting ourselves, honestly, if we did that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So based on where we are, we're okay on that, in your opinion, because the guy's an OC, Spanish, right? Was that what you
Yeah,
said?
he targets the Spanish speakers, and honestly, it also depends on like your marketing budget, right? I mean, unless you have a huge budget that's going to cover all of Los Angeles,
Right.
you know what I mean? I mean, if you have like a smaller budget, obviously, even if we did have like two clients in that same area, I mean, it's an LA market, you know what I mean? But I mean, I'll be able to tell you right now that we're not working with any other criminal defense lawyers in LA that's targeting English speakers.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm trying to work for. And there are certain like cities and areas, like I don't want to go extremely far, so I can help maybe narrow that down for you. Like I don't want to go all the way to Pomona or down to Long Beach, because I have two full-time staff and the investigator, but I'm the lawyer. Or I have a small, like I'm really busy. I have like 6 cases a day, but I'm the only guy that handles the court, so I can only be stretched so far.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I mean, what will happen is if you decide to move forward, we would send you an onboarding form, and then on that onboarding form, you would kind of just tell me what areas you target or what areas you service, and then we would build a campaign around the information that you give us. So if you don't want to target Pomona, we won't target Pomona.
Okay. And then in terms of like starting with a budget to work with you guys, and the idea obviously for any business is hopefully we're getting calls and leads, and then we can grow with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So
what would you say would be inclusive of your fee to like something to start with?
Yeah.
To start getting the phones ringing again.
So generating calls for you won't be an issue because that's something we're already doing. Like I said, you will be seeing phone calls come in that same week when we turn on your campaign. Now, depending on how aggressive you want to be, how many phone calls you want to see, that's going to be dependent on your ad budget. For your ad budget, I'm going to recommend, minimum for Google Ads, minimum is $1,500 just to get your Google Ads running. And then from that, you should see about 10 to 20 leads out of your $1,500 budget. But if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, see more phone calls coming in, have more opportunities to close these leads, I would say, 3,000, having a $3,000 budget allocated towards your Google Ads.
Okay, so and the frequency that is per month?
You can adjust that, right? So let's just say you're like, hey, Jordy, we're seeing too many phone calls come in. We could reduce your budget. If you want to see more phone calls come in, we can always increase your budget. So that's not a number that's going to be set in stone. That's going to be adjusted accordingly to meet your goals. And that's, you don't get charged up front or anything like that because it goes towards directly to Google.
Then Jordan, I used to like every year in LA do 24/7, but what I realized is like I've got a life, like
business hours, brother. Business hours.
Well, no, honestly, and I feel like you gotta train the clients, because the 2 a.m. ones normally are not gonna hire. But anyways, I changed from 24 hours on my Google, Yelp, everything to Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. So can we make it to run, in those like, what do you suggest? Running it during those business hours? Because obviously we don't want to get a wasted call on a Saturday at 10 p.m.
Yeah, definitely. So what I recommend is we run your ads when there is someone live and available and trained to close leads or to book leads to come into your office. That's when you want to run ads, right? So we don't want to send it to
your service is 24/7. They're not capable of closing shit. So
exactly
only Monday through Friday. staff knows what to do.
Yep,
8:30
exactly.
to 5.
Yeah, and that's perfectly normal. We have lots of clients, a majority of our clients actually run it during business hours, so you're not hurting or anything there. It's if once you start having a huge budget and you're like, hey, we want more phone calls coming in, then yeah, we can expand the business hours and stuff like that. But in the beginning, I want you to get results. I want you to see results. So we want to, maximize that by, during business hours or whenever someone is live and trained to close the leads that we bring to you.
Okay. Okay, and then as far as your fees wise, how does that work?
So our fee is $1,500 a month for our management fee, and then we have a one-time setup fee of $500. Once you start spending $10,000 in ads or more, then it's 10%. Our management fee becomes 10% of whatever your ad budget is above $10,000 on top of the $1,500 management fee.
Okay, so it's 1,500. I mean, we're not at this point prepared to put 10,000 into
Yeah, no
just
worries.
Google
Yeah.
ads right now, because we try to keep, some diversity. But so it's 1,500. You said 500 to set up. So first month will be 2,000 for you guys, and then 1,500 thereafter. Correct?
Yep, correct.
Okay, and then when we are, let's say let's just say we're running, I don't know, 2,000. You think we can get maybe 15 leads with that?
Okay, so if your ad budget is 2,000 and cost per lead is around 100 to $150, then yeah, you'll be seeing anywhere between 10 to 25 leads.
10 to 25 leads, got it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's just a ballpark too, so yeah.
Okay. And then in terms of one more thing that came up, so we my buddy and I we opened a Google Ads account like 2 days ago because he was telling me about Google's they give you 500.
Yeah, $500 credit fee.
You match 500. But I think because of that shady Russian guy who had made something on my Google ad, my buddy was laughing. He's like, do you have a suspension on there that has to be cleared?
Uh-oh.
So we called Google and they're like, oh, okay, cool, it's fine. Like we're making a ticket to get it cleared. But I was gonna ask you if you've ever had to deal with like it's brand new, or if you guys create a separate ads account.
Okay. It's important that you did tell me that because we can create a new ad account for you, but if you already have a current ad account right now and it's suspended, then we would need to fix that issue. Right. Otherwise, if you create a new ad account, then Google is just going to flag a new one. Exactly. The only way to bypass that, if you're unable to unsuspend your initial ad account, is if we create a new ad account for you, it would have to be under a different credit card and different information, so that's not linked to your initial ad account. That would be the only way to bypass that.
Got it.
Yeah, go ahead. Is the ad account still suspended?
I haven't checked, honestly, in the last day or two. I've just been a little bit bogged down with stuff.
Okay.
But I'll check. Like when you log on, then like a minute later, this pink banner says suspended and then it's fixed. But we were on the phone with the lady. We have a call with her on Monday, and she's like, if it's not fixed by then, like I'll escalate it to try to get it cleared. There shouldn't be any issue with it at all. It's unless the Russian guy did some bullshit.
Yeah.
Which I mean, what? He just spent a bunch of my money. I mean, we didn't do anything wrong, but
yeah, Google ad account suspensions are a little tricky. The Google reps that you talk to, they're usually very, very unhelpful. They're just going to escalate it to the review team. And then you don't really, it's kind of like a hit or miss with these suspensions. So hopefully you do get unsuspended. But if you don't, then like I said, we'll create a new ad account and different credit card information. But you can always, if you wanted to move forward, we can always request access to that ad account and see the reason why it's being suspended for. Yeah. And then we can kind of gauge on, hey, let's try to get this ad account back, or we can create a new ad account and create the campaign there.
Okay. And then are you, and I promise I'll let you go in a minute. Are you, you know, like same question that people ask me every day. Like I've been doing this for years. Like, just talk to me, man. I mean, like, what's your confidence level to get this done for us? And is there any other help? Do you guys ever look and be like, hey, we've got these calls coming in, but for some reason they're not converting. Here's some insights or what we do. Like tell me about that, my man. Because right now, honestly, no offense to you, same thing people tell me when they get burned from their other lawyers. I had a really crappy experience with Scorpion and just they, you know, they sell you everything and don't do anything on there. And so I you know, you seem like a credible guy, but just want to hear from you, like, what you think about us being able to get some business going again.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I feel you on, you know, working with marketing companies in the past and, you know, just not working out. A lot of all of the clients that we have today went through that as well. As far as like the Google Ads campaign, the success rate, I mean, we have no problem generating you calls. That's going to be a guarantee. That's what we do. And we already work with other criminal lawyers all throughout the US. So, you know, this isn't something new. It's not like it's not like you're going to be going through some type of learning curve, right? So as soon as we go live, you're going to see phone calls coming in. Now, what's obviously, if this thing was like perfect, everybody would be doing it, right? So the challenges of every single advertiser that uses Google Ads is optimizing the lead quality, right? Not every single lead that we generate for you is going to be a case for you, right? That's something that everyone's going to understand. Not every lead that we generate for you is not going to be qualified. Not every lead is, and they may be qualified, but they might not turn into a case.
Guys, like, how do we tell you guys like, these are they're not working out?
Yeah, so you know, me and my team, we are in communication with you. You have access to us and our emails. So, you know, we always do check-ins as well. But you know, if you start seeing like a consistent leads where they're coming in and for whatever reason they're not qualified, then you can just shoot us some feedback and you know, we'll look into that, dive into that a little bit deeper and optimize your campaign. You know, it's an ongoing optimization of your campaign, which is why you need us to manage your campaign. So you know, feedback is always appreciated, and that's what we use to optimize your campaign. But you know, you have ongoing management and ongoing optimization regardless. But you can always shoot us some, you know, feedback for us to take a deep dive into and look at it. The second thing is that we can generate you, you know, lots of calls. That's not the issue. The other issue that, you know, we might face is your ability to close the leads into clients, right? So, you know, I'm sure, you know, your experience, you have no problem closing people and getting them to sign with you, but closing internet leads, especially if, you know, they may be shopping around, whatever the case may be, you will have to be prepared for that and, you know, figure out a way on what is the best way to close internet leads. So I do have an ebook that I'll shoot over to you if you decide to move forward. And it'll basically give you, you know, a little insight on how to close these leads, how to get them to come into your office and ultimately get them to sign, you know, into a paying client for you. So we provide that. So, yep.
I know I'm asking you a zillion questions.
Yeah, don't worry.
Two last questions. So working together, hopefully, there is, you know, is there a term or do we work month to month? How do you guys do that?
Yeah, so we don't need to lock in anybody into any kind of long-term contract because like I said, we have a plug and play system. What we do already works. You see results right when we go live that first week. So we do a month-to-month contract. You can cancel, you can pause anytime you want. You need to go on vacation, we can pause it out. If you don't want to run it anymore or, you know, take some time off, we can do that as well. So we don't need to lock you into any type of 3, 6, 12-month contract. It's month to month.
Okay, and then last question, I promise. So I have a few. So on the formerly GMB Google Business profiles, I have my main office in San Fernando. I have this other office, which is kind of like a satellite office in Palmdale.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a service area that we created near Calabasas, Agora, which is like in the West Valley.
Yep.
Which doesn't have a specific address. And I was thinking about adding a small office in Van Nuys. Are these things, is it stupid, or is it best to focus on the one OG San Fernando 125 Google review one and then do the ads just with that one? Because there's multiple DCD law pages, if you will.
So for your Google My Business, it's going to be separate from your Google Ads. It doesn't really affect it because when you're running Google Ads, it doesn't show your reviews or anything like that.
It doesn't.
No.
But LSAs for sure.
Yeah, the reviews are more important for like LSA, or like if you're running Yelp ads, the reviews, they show, so it would be more beneficial to you. But if you're running Google ads, it's what matters the most is your landing page, if that converts or not, right? If people are clicking on your ad, you're paying for those clicks, are those people turning into phone calls for your business, right? So they don't show reviews or anything like that.
Just pick something on my website.
We build everything in the back end for you because we already know what works. Like what we build is already like that. Yeah.
And then for using Google ads.
I mean, LSA helps. It helps, gets you, phone calls. But if you're, what I've seen is if you're trying to scale, get a lot of phone calls coming in, LSA doesn't really help with that. Because when you're running LSA ads, it's showing like 3 or 4 photos of a lawyer, and people will just click on whoever has the most reviews or whatnot, and it's like a carousel type of thing. So I mean, you can run LSA in the back end if you wanted to, but if you're looking to see a volume of phone calls coming in, I don't think LSA is like the main source for that.
Okay, so for us, for what I'm looking to get some calls and leads going again, you recommend which one?
Google search ads, the campaign that we're going to build out for you.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds really good. I just want to make sure that we're not double doing, because I have another company doing, it's called Page Traffic. Mm-hmm. Doing stuff on my website. You guys don't do anything on the website. You guys are just going to be Google Ads.
Yeah. Correct? So we don't mess with your website. We don't want to anything to to bug it or whatever. So everything we do is separate from your website.
And nothing on social media either, right?
Yeah. No, we strictly focus on your Google Ads to generate you phone calls. Okay. Yep.
Got it. Okay. And I have this software, SE ranking, which I'm trying to like track keywords. You guys have your own keyword tracking for the
no, I mean we run a lot of ads. We kind of know what keywords work and what doesn't, but we do Google has their own tools where we use a keyword planner, and we do research through there. You
guys all do that, right?
Yeah, no, we take care of everything in the back end for you. You don't have to do anything else. Just all you do is just pick up the phone and close the leads. That's all you need to do under it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you, brother. It's just because some companies are like, well, tell us what keywords you want. It's like, fuck do I know?
You're the specialist here. This is why I'm paying you.
Right.
So yeah, no, we take care of everything in the back end for you.
Really great. Let me crunch the numbers, man. 1,500, 500 for to start, and then a budget. So I have so much monthly expenses. It's absurd, but it's something I think I'll do. How do I follow up with you next week? Obviously.
You can shoot me an email.
Okay. Can you just send me an email and just say, hey, this,
Yeah, I'll send you an email so you have my contact.
Like, hey, this is Jordan, and then I'll email you back. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Easter and everything for everybody.
Yeah. After this phone call, what I'm going to do is I'll send you 2 forms. I'll send you a proposal. It'll outline everything that we're going to do for you, so you can kind of read it in writing and see exactly what we're going to do. And then I'm going to send an onboarding form, and you kind of can see, you know, the information that you can fill out, so that way we can build our campaign. Whenever you're ready, you can just fill out those 2 forms, get it back to us, and we'll build out your campaign. It'll take us about a week to a week and a half to finish building your campaign. So yeah, just keep that in mind as well.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jordan. I really appreciate it, man.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just feel free to shoot me an email or reply back to that email that I sent you.
Sounds good.
All right, brother. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.
As well.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So I think this client will close. I think he's just going to take a look at the numbers, but I believe he's going to move forward, and I will keep you updated on when the payment goes through.